Alright, I just started the stream.
Okay. Oh, this is really good. Check the screen. I gotta see how she looks like in colored form.
Oh yeah. Now that is a bubble butt I see, apparently. Nana's got those muscular legs. She had to cultivate one for all, after all. That's right. Nana Shimura. Oh god, what a fitting theme to come on. It's the all for one force theme.
Ooh. Okay. Well, now I just gotta model her cape.
Good idea.
Now let's see how I'll model that.
I like that you start with cubes for the hands. That's what I do too.
Yeah.
I see some people start with cylinders, which is really weird to me.
It is really weird. I mean, I like to start with cubes because obviously you get easier, and it's just much easier for making hands because then you can use the subdivisions.
Right. Ah, yes. Very nice. The Pussycats theme song is one of my favorite theme songs from the show.
I've never heard it.
I wonder if I can share that audio with you somehow.
You can, but I said you should just send me this the video or whatever.
True.
So it's much easier.
That's true. Okay.
Are you gonna add real cloth physics or no?
Yeah. That's how I'm doing it.
Is 3D or 2D better? I don't know.
The cape itself, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and make it 2D. I'll make it a double-sided mesh, so it has less vertices to animate.
Okay.
That also makes it easier to model. So. Oh, do you have her reference open on like another display?
Yeah, the second one over.
Okay. I had a feeling you had another display.
Did you not see the TV yesterday or no?
Huh?
Did you not see the TV yesterday?
Oh, yeah, just when we were chatting yesterday, that's when I sort of suspected it. So, all for one, we have considered making One for All a quirk that is obtainable in the character creation menu. If it is, it's a very, very, very small chance that you get it. And you have to answer questions. So basically, when you get a quirk in the character creation and customization menu, it's based off of a personality trait quiz and a characteristic quiz.
But you try to get freaking One for All instantly.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will try to get One for All, but it's going to be a very, very small chance.
Should be based on percentage, to be honest.
Yeah, so I do think that it's going to be. So I'm not exactly sure what the percentage is going to be yet, but. Essentially, you have to have the right combination of traits and the right combination of answers. And then it's still not certain that you get it. There's still going to be a random chance that you don't, which is much higher than the chance that you do. And then I'm sure there are going to be people that release tutorials like how to get One for All. But that's the thing. If it's a random chance that's very low, even if you have the right combination, you probably still won't be able to get it. And of course you can try over and over and over again until you get it, but it shouldn't be about having some all-powerful quirk. Every quirk, really, you can train and make it something spectacular. That's the point of this game. Every quirk's going to have its advantages. Like, for example, and its drawbacks. Like, if you get One for All, for example, that's something that puts a big strain on your body. So you're gonna have to work really hard to build up stamina. Like if you get One for All, your stamina is gonna be capped at a very low level when you're using One for All, anyways. And then of course you can build that up, but it's gonna take a lot of work.
know, if it's gonna be the multiplayer, there should only be one person win one for all.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Like, if you're lucky enough, there can only be one for all, or a
Yeah.
couple, you know, so it doesn't be too OP. Because
Yeah.
if there's a couple of them, then that means all the one for all people are gonna go team up.
Well, I was thinking too, it might not be a quirk that you can get in the character creation menu, but perhaps one of the goals, like one of the objectives of the multiplayer mode, could potentially be seeking out and earning one for all. So by becoming the greatest hero, you can earn one for all. So basically, if you become number one hero, you automatically have the quirk one for all. Like there's like when you become number one, maybe a cutscene plays where you get the quirk. That's one thought. And then it would be kind of cool if you could stack whatever quirk you had before with one for all. But
oh, that'd be pretty cool.
All for one definitely is going to be hard to program. So
that'd be weird because quirk activation.
Yeah,
that'd definitely be weird.
That's going to be really hard. I think that any quirk activation is going to have to be very specifically programmed. Like a lot of All for One's quirks are going to be really hard to translate to other meshes, to other players. I'm not sure All for One's going to be available in the multiplayer. That's a really tough one to do.
He could be a boss. That's just an AI boss.
Right. I could make him a boss that you fight. But I'm not sure that I can give his quirk to somebody.
Let's see. I don't know how Nana would technically be a playable character. I don't think she will be a playable character in general. I think she'll be like a side character if we make it so. All Mate gets to see his past.
Yeah, the main reason that Nana Shimura probably won't be playable.
That's it.
Yeah, just the main reason she probably won't be playable is because we don't really know much about her quirk. If we find out more about her quirk in the future, perhaps.
Like mangas and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of both, Ian. I'll type it out just so people reading back through the chat can see that answer. But yeah, so it'll be a little bit of both. Some of the quirks will be similar to existing quirks in the show. Some will be exact copies. And sorry, what did you say?
No, Jerome said that I'm modeling.
Oh, yeah. And then also, where was I at? Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. I forgot where I was at, but I got it back. So there will be some quirks that exist in the show, one-for-one copies. Some will be similar, but not exactly the same, because we want to differentiate some of the quirks that you have in multiplayer, and then some will be completely unique. If you check out in the announcements channel on our Discord, if you scroll up just a little ways, there is an announcement that talks about custom characters and quirks. And we've actually selected a few, so you'll see some custom quirks that are entirely unique there that will be included in multiplayer.
By the way, I got off the grass. It's pretty alive, worth it.
Oh my god.
I've heard that side a lot.
Yeah. We feel honored. So, a lot of you guys may not know Jin yet, but he has a lot of experience modeling for VR chat. In fact, I could let him introduce himself if he wants.
Yeah, I can introduce myself.
Yeah.
So I am Jin, obviously. I have been modeling for about, say, 8 months now, but I've mainly modeled for VR chat stuff and commissions. Then I decided to actually start working on this game because it was very far into the development where I was like, you know what, this game might actually have potential. So I'm like, gonna decide to work on it for free. I don't really like working for free, but if this game at least has potential to come out as a full game, then I will do it. And so I started to create the models, start with Nana first, and then I already have a whole bunch on my plate to make other characters that a lot of people like. And I'm also one of the animators for the game as well. So.
Yep, we're really excited to put together some animations. I actually have Shigaraki off on the other screen right now, and in fact I'll drag him over for just a sec. So I'm doing work on Shigaraki while Jin is working on Nana right now. I just got him set up with an IK rig, so we can go ahead and animate him. This was actually made by Jerome on the Discord. And he did a really, really good job with the base mesh. I'm really, really pleased with it. In fact, let me just go ahead and drag his hand off of his face and show it off for those of you that haven't seen the update post on the Discord just yet. So, yeah, that face topology is great. Then I also, oh, you know what I need to do? I need to get some eye bones on there. I forgot to put those on. That's alright, I'll update that in just a sec. But...
Is the eyes like a little bit forward from the eyelids?
Yeah, I actually, and I know why that is. I actually forgot to copy eye bones over onto this new IK skeleton that I made. So like, look at that, the irises are out in front of the pupils. In fact, I'll fix that right now. I don't care if we're on the live stream. Yeah. Let's see.
Did you make the crazy smile, or was that Jerome's?
Oh, I did that.
It looks good.
Thanks. Let me see here. I need to check what the vert group is, because they still should have the weight for the eyes. What did I name that? Eye left and eye right, okay. Oh, you know what I can do actually? I can do this. In this other layer, I should have the other. Oh, did I already delete the other skeleton? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's alright. Yeah, that face is freaking terrifying. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Go ahead and hide the hand on his face really quick. There we go. Drown him in chapstick. I haven't heard that one yet. That's new to me. That's great. Let's see. I need to put him back in his basis to get the placement of this right.
Jerome, you should definitely make the Shigaraki made for the game. Make him the wholesome coffee Shigaraki. Like he made Shigaraki look like as if he's not evil anymore.
I would love to see that. I mean,
he looks like a citizen that drinks coffee every single day.
That's great. I mean, if you actually remove all of his like chafed skin, I think he looks decent. He doesn't look so scary anymore.
He looks messy, like he doesn't take a shower, but he doesn't look evil.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see here.
Let's see how I'm gonna make this.
I need to. There we go. Oh. Okay, so I need. What's the prefix that I have? I think it's supposed to be. And then both of these need to be parented to the head. There we go. Let's see if that worked. Yes. That's better. Okay, so now I can reveal the body again. The hell? Ah. What's up, Jeremiah? Welcome. Oh god, when you've been playing in the sand for so long. Very true. Okay, so now it looks like the irises are in the right spot. Okay. So now if I go ahead and apply that shape key. Yeah, there we go. So now his irises aren't poking out in front of the eyes. Cool. Okay. So I'm going to try out this tool that you showed me now. Let's see if I can get it to work. I'm pretty sure nothing is mapped to these just yet. Good. Okay, so while I'm doing this off screen, I'll show your screen again. Oh, is this the... Oh, this is the emblem, isn't it? Nice.
Mm-hmm. I can hopefully understand what is what.
Yeah. I'm so freaking excited to try out the Zeme creator from the Cats tool. Okay. Wait. Who's the couple?
The only thing.
Well, you mean Shimura? I'm kind of curious. I actually don't know what Shimura means in Japanese. I mean, Nana obviously means she's the 7th possessor of One for All, but I'm not sure. Let me look up what Shimura means. Shimura Nana. Let's look at her last name. Translate. Okay. Will and village. Outland. That's strange. Okay, so the characters in Nana Shimura's name mean so she is as like will, like her motive, like her motivation, and Mura equals village. Right, exactly. So that could indicate what her quirk is. But I'm wondering what in the world does that even mean?
I think it's probably the same quirk that All Might has, because he really respected.
Well, no. So this.
It could possibly. Who knows?
No. Loki. I see your Japanese skill there. Yeah. So Loki is quite skilled in Japanese. He's taking coursework in that as well, and he figured that out as well. I'm wondering. Huh. What could that even mean? So here's what I'm trying to get at though. Jin, is the quirk obviously, like, she passed down her quirk. She passed down One for All to All Might, and they shared that quirk in common. But she also had a quirk besides One for All. We just don't know what it is.
Her own quirk before she got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows?
But like,
I'll probably tell the manga with Deku.
Maybe, but like the interesting thing is almost all of the characters, their names sort of reflect what their quirk is. So, for example, like Fumikage, for Tokoyami. Loki might have to remind me of the name, but I believe his name very clearly indicates what his quirk is. And then, let's see. So if her name breaks down to will of the village, or like the desire of the village, perhaps she can gain power based on what other people want, or like based on other people's belief in her, something like that. Not sure. Ah, Midoriya is green and arrive. Interesting. So it sort of talks about, like, obviously Midoriya, like, Midori is green. Midoriya. Huh. Interesting. So like talking about his full cowl, it's green, and then arrive as in like he arrives to get the quirk. Oh god, Jeremiah. Nana Shimura's quirk as the will of the people is Bob the Builder. Her quirk is Bob the Builder. Yeah. So all for one. Yes, we probably shouldn't spoil this. So I would say not to limit that chat here, just so other people don't get spoiled. Yeah, I can't say anything else. Yeah, thank you. You can talk about it. You can talk about it in private messages with people for sure. But... Thanks. Okay.
You should send me the All Might and Nomu, like the All Might with the broken, or like the ripped shirt and stuff, so I can test out animation so I can do it.
Oh, yeah. More than happy to. I actually need to update that mesh just a little bit. I kind of... so I changed the topology a little bit on the modern version of his suit. Or the Bronze Age version, I guess, is technically what it would be called. And I need to update a little bit of the topology on the ripped clothing versions as well. I also created a new skeleton for them that I haven't parented yet, so I should go do that before I send it to you, because that way you can at least use IK for posing. One of the issues is I'm gonna have to figure out how to send a model with IK and everything into a different blend file. I'm not sure if that's possible, but
Like, save a blend file.
so like if I have Nomu in one blend file, All for Might in another, or All Might in another blend file, they each have IK set up. I'm not sure if I can actually import All Might from the other blend file with the IK set up and all the bone constraints.
We'll see if you can figure it out.
Yeah, I might be able to just copy and paste directly, because you can copy objects to the buffer and their constraints might copy too. I'll give it a shot actually. Let me just try right now. I will... Oh, but shoot, you have to make sure that the armature names are different before you copy and paste. Let's see if it works. I'll open up the All Might file. I'll answer your question about work in DMs, Jeremiah. Thanks for asking though. It's going pretty well. Okay, so I'm gonna change his armature name to Armature 1. Copied objects to the buffer. Yeah. Okay, now let's see if I can get this to paste into... Hell yeah! It worked. It even brought over all the constraints. That's great. Okay. Yeah, so I can send you some files for posing and stuff.
Okay.
What's up, Austin? Oh, Jin is a genuinely nice guy. Just one of the guys in the comments is just like, dude, tell him he's a genuinely... Oh, Jerome is telling him that he's a genuinely nice guy. I think you already know he thinks that. Oh, can you zoom out and give them an overview of how far the mesh is coming along?
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so I've already created the cape, the body, or like her little outfit for her torso and stuff. And then right now I'm working on the little skirt thing, yeah.
Nice. It looks like a hoodie or something that she's tied around her waist.
Then over here on the cubes, you see, those are gonna be the gloves. I just haven't done it yet. So yeah, that's just how it looks like right now.
Oh, dude, Dragon Ball Project Z looks like it's gonna be really good. Mobile games are getting so much better.
Yeah.
Why are these bones that I have here? Oh, I love this song from the...
Let's see.
So we can't include any of the source music in it. Well, okay, we shouldn't include any of the source music in it to help avoid copyright even more if we can. We have actually a music developer that's working on music for the game that is inspired by the original soundtracks. Exactly. And let me tell you, some of the stuff that he's doing is great. Okay.
And you can use retopple flow to smooth out. Good luck. Jesus.
Oh, so if you use Retopo Flow to try to smooth it, it won't work very well. But here's something you can do. You can select all of the vertices, and if you press the spacebar and search for smooth,
Yeah,
you can...
it's over here.
Oh, smooth vertex. Okay, yeah.
Oh crap, I totally forgot.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eric is incredible. It's actually, so Eric Omen of Omen Art. You can find him on Instagram. You can find him on. In fact, I will type his name in the live chat right now. You can find Eric Omen on Instagram and on the Art Amino. He does all sorts of stuff, including working on music for the game, and he actually is the person who developed the campus for UA. So if you saw that in any of our other videos, he's the guy that made that, which just looks great. Looks really, really good. Okay, I am not sure why this is doing this. Hey, do you know when you have a bone? So typically when you have a bone that's connected, Jen, if you try to grab it and move it, it'll just rotate about the tail that it's like the parent, like from the parent's connection, right? And then when you disconnect it, it's supposed to be able to just, when you grab it and try to move it, it should be able to move anywhere that it wants, right? But right now, my bone is disconnected from its parent, and it's still moving. Like when I try to grab it and move it, it's still like trying to rotate about the tail that's parented to its parent.
Can you share your screen and show me?
Yeah. I guess I'll share my screen to Discord really quick. Okay. So typically, when you have a bone that's not connected like this, and you grab it, so like you should be able to move it like this, right? But when I'm in pose mode and I try to grab it, it rotates about the tail, which maybe isn't bad in the case of the eye.
Oh, I think isn't that how it's supposed to be mostly?
Yeah, but here's the issue. I like being able to move it directly because when I rotate the eye out here, for example, then I'd have to like resize it on Y to bring it into the head. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'll make that work.
That's how I use it at least.
Yeah, it's just weird because it's not supposed to do that when it's not connected. The head, when bone has a parent, bone's head is stuck to parent's tail. Yeah. That's alright. I'll go back to your screen now.
Yeah, no, putting this game on console would not be possible.
Yeah, it's a control issue. So the console's marketplaces for Xbox One and PS4 and Switch, they control the content that comes on, and everybody that puts on content like this, it has to be licensed. So unless we can somehow magically obtain a license, there's just no way to do it unless we release a build that you can sideload onto your console, but that's getting harder and harder to do. And the things you have to do to your console's operating system to allow sideloading can sometimes make it unstable, but you can enable development mode on consoles and make that doable. So that's the only way that we could get this game on a console. But even so, a lot of the things that we're building for it don't really have consoles. We aren't really keeping consoles in mind for like optimization purposes. So
who knows?
Yeah, but
That's fine.
We'll see. If by some miracle we end up getting a license, it'll probably come out on consoles. But that would only be if some game studios were to reach out to us and say like, "Hey, we like what you're doing. We would love to license this out for you." But like, we can't afford to pay for a license because that's thousands and thousands and thousands, if not millions of dollars. So, yeah.
Unless you want to spam Bandai Namco, we can't do anything.
Yeah.
But don't spam.
Yeah, probably shouldn't spam them.
Bad reps, so don't try.
Yeah. So an updater. That's not really going to be possible with Steam because just like
you can make your own
updater.
Own launcher.
Yeah. So I was thinking about that. That's definitely a programming task that I could do. Not sure how easy it's going to be, but I think I could put that together. So that would be the goal. We just couldn't do it with something like a Steam updater. Perhaps this is something that we could list on the Unreal marketplace. I'm not sure, but I think it's going to be the same thing because basically any marketplace that you try to list it on, whether it's like on a console or on Steam for the PC, you've got to have a license for material that's not your own intellectual property. So.
Yeah. I really like how the Nana's actually coming out, to be honest.
Yeah, the mesh is coming along really, really well. That cape looks great. Can I see the topology on that?
The cape?
Yeah, like how many inverted? Okay, can you probably double the vertex count on that just so that it can, so the physics looks good?
It's subdivided, so once I click on apply,
Yeah.
it'll
Okay.
update.
Oh, okay, sounds good. Cool. So for right now, we're probably going to, like, when we do release a build, I'm not sure we'll release it on our website, because one issue with fan games is if they get a cease and desist, oftentimes the cease and desist letter asks you to take down the website altogether, which I don't want to have to do. So if we keep the demo link release off of the website, and just release it in a venue like Discord or YouTube, I think that'll protect us a little bit more in terms of having our website taken down. So that's probably where we will release.
Now I just gotta create the gloves and hair and make better topology in the eyes.
It's a pretty good 30-minute workflow you've come along with. Okay.
So I will work on the gloves now. I hate making fingers.
Yeah, Discord definitely would be the safest place. We might make a specific channel just for demo release links and bug reporting for the demo. Or maybe not even a channel, maybe a specific server.
I'm gonna make this.
Okay, while you're working on those hands, I'm going to drag over Shigaraki, do a little bit of work on him. Okay. So I'm going to work on his Azims right now. Okay, so O is the first one I want to make.
custom character, will there be various body builds? Like you can go from skinny as Tomura to build like All Might, for example.
Yep, that's right.
Character customizations would probably be very, very big.
Yeah, character customization is one of our main goals for this project. We are working on that right now, actually. Oh, I forgot to add in a tongue. That's better. Okay. There we go. So the reason that I'm not creating a jawbone and not creating any facial bones at this point is because I'm using only morph target animation in Unreal Engine now. I found a much easier solution using that than facial bone animation. So I'm just going to create a mouth open pose and then go ahead and create the other visemes from that. I see what you're saying, Jeremy. Yeah, so creating a jawbone for the shapes and everything, sure, that's fine. But honestly, the amount of time that it would take to weight paint the jawbone and add it into the jaw seems about the same to me as selecting vertices and then just rotating around like this, because I've already got it open now. So I'm just going to create a mouth open. By model sheet, what do you mean, cringe ass? like a 2D, like a 2D model reference, or for any specific character?
Yeah, no, I can't model. I gotta sculpt this out. Modeling hand is such a pain for me.
Oh, yeah.
Sculpt it and really apologize.
That's enough there for that. Now I can just... Ah, okay. If you go to my channel, I've got a 3D modeling and animation tutorials playlist. You should go check that out. Nathan from the comment section. Okay. That's a pretty good jaw open. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this and make this the jaw open. Well, actually, you know what, though? Right here, I need to move it up some. Cool. He looks so angry. Okay. So I will get a new shape from the mix. Call this jaw open. Now I will edit the jaw open to make the O face shape. I'd say that's a pretty good O. Okay. Let's do the ah face shape. Oh, the clenched teeth look? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Shoot, when was that? You know who would know really well? Moosewell would know when he did that clenched teeth look. If Ochako and Shigaraki high-fived each other. That's a really good question. Let's hear some of your theories. What would happen? Somebody was so Friendly Boy was saying, what would happen if Ochako and Shigaraki high-fived each other? That's a great theory.
Obviously, one would float and one would get cracked. That'd be really weird.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically, like, she wouldn't be able to release her float. So like Shigaraki would just keep floating forever because basically Shigaraki would destroy her hands, right? That's like the one way to defeat Shigaraki. He would like fly into the upper atmosphere and suffocate. Okay, let's create the CH sound. Let's see. That one should be kind of like O, but with the jaw closed. I think it's a pretty good CH face. Oh, FYI, when I'm making these faces, I actually have a Vizim chart that I reference, so it really helps. But something that I was shown by...
By the way, Mom.
What's up? Are you still there, Jen? Ooh, you're sculpting it. Oh, okay.
You know, someone really like, what?
Okay, I thought you were talking to me.
No, my brother came in. My room.
Okay. Ah, Moosewell, yes, but the issue is he actually has to activate his quirk and erase erase Shigaraki's quirk to survive in time. Okay, so now I'm gonna try this tool called Cats. This add-on for Blender that I haven't tried yet, but apparently it can generate the rest of the Vizims for a face, for a speech, if you create just A, O, and CH. So, I'm gonna try it out. Or A, O, and CH. Just making sure that I've got it. I'm gonna save this before I do that, though. Okay, let's see what happens.
That's weird. Why is my brush just going through the hand?
Okay, now I can't select. There it is. Oh, rest position is enabled. Okay, let's see what happens now. How did the Zeems work here? Okay, so there is CH D E. I don't know if that's E. Let's see how F looks. This will be the true test. That does not look like F.
Oh, Aizawa can only erase one quirk at a time.
That's true. Yep.
So Aizawa can't erase all Nomu's quirks. So he didn't. Also, you don't know which quirk he erased from Nomu either.
Okay. Well, even so, this gives me a decent starting point to create the other Vizims. So I will do that. This song is really creepy. That looks pretty much like F. I was about to say FU. I should make this lip just a little bit. There we go. Oh, really? I did not know that. So apparently, Jen, I had the same understanding as you, but Moosewell has corrected us, saying that Aizawa can erase as many quirks as he can look at before he has to blink. He just needs to glance at them, and then they are erased until he blinks.
Well, how about well, when it comes down to Nomu, exactly though. But I know he can like erase many quirks as he wants, but like Nomu, he has multiple quirks, you know.
What if he just blinks non-stop? Then his quirk sucks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Jin. I feel like I had the understanding that was not the case. I thought that he could only erase one quirk at a time. And like in that fight scene when the League of Villains invaded during the USJ training, he was just looking back and forth between all of the villains, and none of them knew which of their quirks were erased. Nomu has mutant quirks, which can't be erased. Ah, interesting. I mean, okay, so Moosewell is the Wikipedia of Hero Academia, so I am inclined to trust him on this one. Okay. Okay, so there's F. Honestly, though, X should be more like this. Like it shouldn't be down there. That's more like an A shape. I'm also going to take the teeth and make them a little bit wider on the x-axis. That's a pretty good duh, honestly. Duh. Eh. That's a pretty good eh. K sound. That's a pretty good K sound. Nice. This is a very good tool. Wow, that's great. Like a very good in sound. Let's see what it does. Oh, O is one that I made. O. And OU, which is... I don't know what's the difference between O, like OH, and O and for OU? It's like the same thing.
There's no difference. It's just that OH is meant for mostly talking, and O is for like little parts.
I see. R. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good R. I would change... Actually, I don't think I'm going to change anything about that. That's pretty good. Right? Oh. Maybe. Maybe O gives a smaller mouth, Jerome.
OU is basically a smaller mouth, you know.
Let me see. Oh yeah, it does. You're right. Nice. Sill. What is that? Oh, so this is any syllable. Is that what sill is? An S sound. Yep. Looks like an S sound. TH. Let me see. I need to give him a tongue for this TH. Otherwise it's gonna be a little bit strange. Okay, so let's make a tongue for him. I think I'll make an icosphere. This music honestly sounds a lot like Naruto to me every time I hear it. That's a pretty good tongue. I think I need to make it a little smaller though. There is an... Oh, thing and that. Oh, I see. Yeah, good call, Loki. Yeah, that makes sense for the Vizines. Okay, why is this? Oh, that's the local coordinate system. There we go. Global coordinates, now it's centered. And I should make this mesh, I should put the value back to 0 for this Vizine. It to the armature. Empty groups. Give it full weighting to the head bone. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna have to add these to each Vizine. I just realized too. But that's not gonna be too hard. Okay, so while I'm doing that, I'm gonna let them see sort of what you're doing for the hands. Oh, this is a cool demo of Retapo Flow, actually.
Those we top of floor kind of stuff.
Nice. H. Oh no.
Gosh, I hate sometimes doing double focus.
Oh, when it doesn't let you click where you want to?
Yeah.
I hate that too. Let's see, so vertices. Line from shape. No, it really is the basis? Is that the way the tongue ended up facing in the basis? That's better. Oh my gosh. Let's try this again. That's better. You from Delaware, friendly boy? I don't know about that. I think Kansas is a more boring state. confused why it's doing that. Oh my gosh, everything is getting screwed up so much. Let's try this again. Damn it. I have to restart on the tongue. I screwed something up.
He's not modeling Shigaraki anymore. It's my screen right now at the moment. It's modeling Nana. We're both doing things.
Yeah.
So basically, it's switching screens.
Just sort of back and forth so you can kind of see both. Still working on Shigaraki. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to watch Nana Shimura.
God, I hate when you can't select.
Oh, I know what you mean. So I found that if you rotate your screen sort of to the left and above, like almost directly out in the normal direction, it works better usually.
For some reason I can't even connect that.
You know what you can do? Tab into edit mode and then just merge those two vertices. You can just press tab directly actually and it works. It's pretty nice. And then you can go back into the retopo flow.
I'll just do the retopo right here, so much easier for me.
Sure. Nice.
And I'll go back.
Oh. I realize that probably my whistling is going to be very out of beat with the music that they're listening to. That's better. I always found the song really weird.
Stream for 100 minutes. We stream for 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Yeah, almost about to do 2 hours back now.
Yeah, pretty soon. Oh, I think I see what's going on, so I need to go to the outline. Okay, I'm going to show them a little bit of my work now. Okay, let's go into... I'm gonna make his tongue like the same color as his iris, since it's already kind of a nice red. Okay, now I need to flip the normals. There we go. I wonder if that worked in the other zines as well. I should make sure. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Okay. That's still good. TH, that's good. So for a cuss sound, the tongue kind of goes lower, but not that much lower because it's still kind of comes up over the teeth, like that. That's the cuss sound pretty well. You already know in. Oh, okay. I love this music. So for an R sound, I'm trying to remember if the teeth or if the tongue is really visible. It probably goes down like that. Syllables, S sound, TH sound. That's a pretty good TH sound. Cool.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I just realized I did not yet weight the tongue to the head. Oh, the smile? Yeah. is great. I think for the P sound, I'm going to give him a more of a puckered look. There we go. That's a better MPB. Nightmare fuel right here. That should be good. There we go. Now he can open his mouth while he's doing that creepy smile. Yeah, laughing at you, right. Okay, let's see, what other faces should I do for Shigaraki? Let's look up some pictures. I think that this is creepier than the one in the anime. this definitely has to be a face that I do for Todoroki. I might have to go look through... I like this one. Let's see here. I guess I should give him that eyes closed look. I don't think I'm gonna have that scene in the game though, where he threatens Deku. And he's almost never happy like that otherwise. Those are kind of creepy eyes. I think I could use this as reference. This is kind of nice, even though it's not exactly, it's not from the source. I like this face. I think I'm gonna make that. If I had the time to add a scene like the one that shows his past, I would. But that's just too auxiliary a story point to add in the game. We're going to be focusing more on our own custom plot for the game. God, it's so creepy. Okay, I think I've got some stuff to work on. So I'm gonna open up the references folder that I have. Let's do... Let's do this one. So let's call this maybe I'll call it Creeper Eyes, because I don't think I'm going to do anything else. of hide the hair. For this one I have to rotate around, or I have to size around the individual origins, because those are not mirrored. Okay. See, right now he looks kind of scared. Oh, as far as Toga goes, oh, checking Discord. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Ah, let's see. There we go. Thank you. This is why I call Moosewell the encyclopedia of Hero Academia, because he is able to find source material in an instant from the manga. Oh, I want to use this one. Oh, I'm definitely making this face. These are all very good images. I'm making that smile for sure too. I'm not sure I'm going to use this at all. But this face is pretty good. Oh my god. God, he's creepy.
I'm back. Sorry, I took so long.
That's all right. While I go through these reference images, I guess I'll share your screen.
Yeah, I just got.
Oh, you got the good stuff.
I'm kind of tired, but you know, I gotta stay up, so I gotta drink something that has at least caffeine.
Oh, did you stay up late last night?
Till like 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad.
So I woke up like around 7.
Okay, okay. That's not horrible, but still. Okay. Before I share your screen, I just need to open all of these on the internet tab that I have. And then I can show people Nana.
Oh my god, model this.
Oh my god, this is crazy. Moosewell, you are the man. Okay, nothing else that I think. Let's full screen this one. All right.
Also, just let you know.
Yeah.
So when the game comes out to demo,
Yep.
I have some friends that are big YouTubers that could play the game as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
So-
that'd be pretty cool. I am definitely down with that. Yeah, I've got a couple people that have messaged me as well saying that, like, give me the link first when you've got the demo and I'll share it on my channel. And they're like, they've got like tens of thousands of subscribers, which is like pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I make him look creepy? God.
Gosh, I don't even know how to read Tapo hands. I don't know why hands are such a hard thing.
Oh, dude, yeah, hands are so hard. I always start with, so you know like how your hand has creases in it where it wrinkles? I always sort of start with loops there, and then fill in the topology with polypin otherwise.
I think this is how I'm gonna have it now. Do like this, and then I'm just gonna work on the rest in edit mode to make it much easier for me.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
So I think it's done like with every topology. It's just that it's gonna get a lot harder because of those small spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, you could easily just finish that finger, duplicate it a couple times.
That's why I didn't make any other figures. Let's
Yeah,
take this
good
one.
call. Oh yeah, Austin, that's a smart idea. Like if you have a female base and a male base hand, you can always reuse those.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. So it feels bad.
I mean, I have a couple bases. I guess I could send one over, but you've already done so much work on it. You might as well just finish it since you're so
My
close.
friend has a female hand base. I can ask him for one.
Yeah, but I mean, your hand already looks pretty good. You're almost done anyways, so.
Yeah, but his might work with like rigging and stuff a lot better than what I'm doing here. It might look good, but we don't know
Perhaps.
if it actually works good with rigging.
Perhaps, true that. I've got a female hand that I can send really quick, actually.
Female, can you send me a female hand base to the top? I'll wait for him to do it, and wait for him to come back to me. He's trying to find it now.
Oh, okay.
So, his will definitely be a lot better than mine.
Okay, sounds good. Guess you can do the hair then.
Yeah.
Or the face.
Yeah, I might add like the actual geometry to the face.
Ah. Gotta make him look creepy. Oh, I think I know what's going on.
I might just learn like UE4 encryptions just so I can help you.
That would be amazing if you could help with that. Yeah, I honestly have no idea.
Okay. I'm guessing it's gonna be coded in C++.
It is a, yeah, it's a C++ base, so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
in terms of
please.
encryption, I'm not 100% sure if it matters so much.
Encryption might be C++ as well, but who knows?
Well, I think that typically when you encrypt something, well, I guess the engine has to know how to decrypt it. So yeah, perhaps it does have to be in C++. All I can... I'm trying to make Shigaraki's eyes like really creepy and menacing, but all I'm getting right now is
creepy?
surprised.
Yeah, can you show me your screen? Like, let me see how it looks like.
Okay, here. Oh shoot.
You trying to make it like creepy in a way?
Yeah, sort of like the eyes here. I'm just like not getting it.
I'd say it should look like that more because it should look like that in general, but only because it looks creepy because of the shadows.
Yeah, it might be the shadows, but I still think the eye shape. Oh, that's not Max. That's Jin, by the way. Let's see. Oh wait, I think I see what I need to do.
And also, you see how his eyes are also all the way up, his like iris?
Yeah.
That's mostly also why, because of perspective.
Yeah, you're
The
probably right.
perspective makes it look like that.
Like if I put it into perspective mode and then
You bring the eyes up, you maybe get something.
I'll put this back where it belongs. Yeah, that does look pretty creepy.
Yeah, see, it's mostly dependent on the it's always dependent on the perspective mostly. I say maybe possibly make a shader or like add like a part of the shader where it adds more shadows or like a lerp overlay. I don't know if that's the same thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing in Unreal.
Yeah, what you can do is lerp and make like a separate textures that are alpha layered, and then once it's in that pose, you can make an animation where it activates it.
Yeah, I can add a curve to the animation as well with a lerp texture. I think I'll do that. So that way, I can control it in specific animations, or I can control it outside of the animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Let me go back to your screen.
So you obviously watch other anime than My Hero Academia, right?
I do.
Yeah. So have you watched Mob Psycho?
Mob Psycho is so good.
Honestly, yeah, I plan on making models for Mob in them because it would look so good if I made models for them and had like made animations.
You know what's kind of funny? Telekinesis is a pretty easy thing to mod or to code in Unreal. I could easily like it'd be really funny to have like a Mob Psycho Easter egg.
Mob Psycho game.
Yeah. It's such a good show.
Yeah, it is really good. Honestly, super unique. Like, I mean, it might not be like the first anime to have telekinesis, but it's one that separates it throughout all animes that have it.
Right.
It's kind of like a whole new part of telekinesis, you know?
Right, exactly.
A kid who has telekinesis but does not want his powers at all.
You know what I need to do? I need to... Oh, you're modeling those lashes.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna limit rotation.
What if it's just crashed?
Yeah.
I would cry.
That would suck so much. Local space, limit Y.
I could take the hand from the model that I already created.
That's true, you could.
Because he's the one who modeled the body before. I could take that one. But that one's like more the realistic type. I have to fix it to make it look like a glove. But that's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've got gloves on Deku. But no, you probably shouldn't use those because they have the topology included for his stripes. Like, we actually colored that with materials instead of textures. Yeah. Yeah, so there definitely will be mobility focus quirks. We're considering some time augmentation quirks, like you can slow down time slightly. And we're considering some, like, okay, so there's the potential for a custom quirk for flight, there's a potential for a custom quirk for speed. And yes, no quirks are stationary, that's great.
Let's see how I'm gonna do this. So I can just create the eyebrows and then oh yeah, crap. What I forgot. I gotta make your ears.
Oh.
Totally forgot about that part. Sometimes I like forget about like the ears in my models. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. I've done that so many times.
God damn it. Because it's usually the hair is mostly blocking them, so sometimes I don't even need to make ears.
Yeah.
And this one you have to.
Yeah. Shigaraki doesn't have ears. No need to have them.
Yeah. Got the easy part. Ears are such a pain. Just to make it like look good.
Yeah. You neglect eating because you love modeling. Okay, I think I should make an animation. Looking freaking good, man. Alright guys, time for an animation. Let's come up with one to make. So before I start making animations, I usually make a pose. I think at least a couple poses per keyframes in that animation anyways. I'm just going to show my control bone layer. So let's go ahead and just kind of pose him interestingly. I think I'm going to make a reaching animation, where he sort of lunges out to
grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking all the time. See, I could tell him to do that.
Right.
Because that's like mostly what Shigaraki really needs to do anyways. Or you could do that one part where, back in USJ, where Shigaraki tries jumping at Suyu, like really fast, and almost grabs her, but Deku.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool actually.
You could try doing that, in a way.
I like that idea.
I like to recreate, you know, the animations from the anime. So that's getting ideas from a lot better. Because you could do like an animation, but at the same time it'll be weird because what if it doesn't look like them, you know?
Right, exactly. I think I'm gonna do this.
Okay, well the ears are done. I don't really need to do much modeling for the ears, just gotta do texturing.
Heck yes. Let's give him a creepy looking hand set up. That's a pretty nice hand pose. So the way that I make animations is I typically create really key, like I create key poses first that are supposed to look really good, and then I will actually do something called keyframing and blend between those poses. So same thing with this hand, I'm gonna make it really creepy looking. Look like he's reaching out to grab you.
No, I'm just gonna make the hair. I can actually do the gloves still too. I'm just gonna get a model that I've made.
Take a look at the render. Okay, I need to make some textures for the palms of his actual hands. The other hands look too good in comparison to his actual hand. Let's see. I think maybe that's not quite dynamic enough for his body. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make him lunge a little more. That looks better. And I think I need to make his hand move a little bit more in front of his face. Because realistically in the game, you're going to be reaching for somebody in front of you.
I wonder how the story's gonna play out, though. Like how well it'll play out.
It's a good question. I mean, we're gonna work our best to, like... So we have a story writer for the game that is very, very good. We're gonna work our best to make sure the story is very captivating. Did you see the live stream about one of our custom story points? Custom character?
I think I did, but no, not much, probably.
Oh, okay. So it's about Holy Mantra. And if anybody here hasn't seen that yet, definitely go check it out. It's one of my most recent uploads. In fact, it's the upload before this one. It was also a live stream. We basically did a dramatic reading of some example scenes written around Holy Mantra. And it really showcases Lucas's skills, or Loki's skills, as a writer for the game. And I'm very, very, very excited to see how it actually translates into the game world. But just reading some of the work that he has written for the game will send shivers down my spine. I'm not kidding. It very much is in line with what Horikoshi tries to do with the emotion in his show and in his manga, and in many ways it sort of exceeds the what's the right word for this? The amount of thought that Kohei has time to put into his work, I think, in some instances, which is pretty cool, actually. But then the same thing sort of happens when you see some points of movie plots or certain points of the manga you can tell are more thoughtful than others, because he takes it very seriously and he'll put a lot of effort into making sure it comes out right. So. But yeah, I think that the story for the game is going to come together very, very well, especially because it's not like I'm the only person working on it. I've got like a story lead, and we've got a lot of aspiring writers that want to help out, so. Okay, so I think this is a good pose. So now I'll make a lunging animation where he lunges into that pose. But first, I need to save it in a pose library. Go. So now if I were to clear this and all of a sudden I don't have it anymore, I can actually press this little magnifying glass here and it will snap back into that pose. So that's why I did that. So the next thing that I need to make is an idle animation, or an idle pose for him. So how he's going to be when he's standing normally. And the way that typically is... In fact, I will probably use this pose here as reference.
I wonder how we're gonna adapt the manga characters.
The manga characters?
Yeah, how we're gonna adapt it into the game.
So that's going to depend on which manga character you're talking about. If some of them, like, you mean the ones that are manga only and haven't been introduced in the anime yet, right?
Like, just saying you kind of cut out for me.
Oh, so you mean the characters that are only in the manga and haven't been introduced in the anime yet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so...
And gentlemen and stuff. Overhaul, mostly.
Yeah, so we'll probably, before we release the game, we will probably have content on Overhaul, but I don't think that we're gonna go so far into the series that we're gonna have to worry too much about that. Of course, we can add characters as time goes on, but for the release, we don't intend to use too many characters that aren't going to be revealed until after season 4. I don't want to talk specifically about any besides Overhaul because everybody already knows Overhaul's a thing. But there are definitely some characters. We can talk more about it off screen. There are definitely some characters we're gonna have to consider that for. Okay. So...
Well, I'm just using a male hand that my friend made.
Oh, nice.
It's an old one. It was from a shitty model suit that I made.
Oh.
It's a male hand, so I was like, you know, the gloves kind of look like they're not female, obviously, because they're bigger. So I was like, you know, I'm just not going to remake it. I'm just going to use the model from the hand again.
Nice.
Oh shit. Yeah, I totally forgot. When I was fixing the male hand, I kind of messed it up. Gotta fix that, yeah. Proportions were very wrong when I was making it.
Oh, I see. Don't put your hand there, Shigaraki. There we go. There we go. Actually, let's do this. I'm gonna mirror this to the other side. And then give it a slightly different pose.
That's a little bit. No, is that? That's a little bit too big, yeah.
Huh?
So shrink it.
Oh, nice. That's coming along. I'll switch to your screen for a bit.
I'll steal my crappy hand. There we go.
I wonder how long this video is going to take to encode for playback. It's going to be so long. This is my longest live stream ever.
It's just working.
Yeah. This is fun, though.
How long are her? Oh, it's very long. This is too short.
That's a pretty good idle pose. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and take this idle pose and create an animation. So...
Ooh, yikes, I don't like how that looks like.
That's better. Okay, so when creating animations, it's very, very important that you make sure to set things up properly in Blender. There are a lot of considerations to be made. So first thing I'm going to do is make sure that the graph editor is open. Okay, there's one. And I'm going to go into the action editor, and you can create a new user. That is where your action is stored. You can name it something, so I'm going to call this lunge attack. And then I just go ahead and press this button, and it creates a user for that action so that you can actually save it in Blender. If you don't do that, if you don't press that F button, it's called a fake user, then when you save your animation and exit out of Blender and come back, it won't be there anymore. So make sure to do that. Okay, so I'm on frame 1, but I actually want to put the... There we go. I want to be on frame 1. So
what do you use texture?
To texture? I've actually only textured within Blender, and then okay, I'll go into Photoshop if I really need to. For certain things, but I found a lot of ways to get around the limitations of Blender. Like that Shigaraki face texture I did, and the hand textures I just did in Blender.
Oh, okay.
I know that there are much better programs to do it with, though, so...
Yeah. I use, like, one which is I used to Blender and your drawing program,
Oh,
but I use the drawing program a lot more. Thing is that you don't get to see the 3D model, so I always have to export and go and look at it and then go back if it's messed up.
I see.
So it's kind of problematic for me because it's really annoying.
Makes sense.
It's after a long time.
Okay. So now I've got the lunge. But there looks like there's a bit of... Oh, actually, there's not really that much foot sliding. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foot
Dang, now I gotta make the shoes.
Oh,
I hate making shoes. It's always the hands and feet that kill me.
I know what you mean.
You should get the proportions correct, and I don't like proportions sometimes. Like, there was a model one time, I made the shoes way too small, it looks like he has baby feet, and I'm like, fuck.
Baby
Never fixed
feet.
it.
God, that's funny.
So, it's kind of, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, okay, cool. So I can get the Z location with this in the graph editor. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to make it look like, just with the graph editor, instead of having to keyframe, I'm going to create a curve that actually makes it look like the foot is stepping.
Oh, I never used graph editor before.
Yeah, it's really handy if you want to create an animation.
Yeah, no, I mean, I never used graph editor in the other program I used to animate with either.
Mhm.
I usually, my animations just come out smooth normally because of the way I animate and how I keyframe.
Oh, I see.
So normally it will just look smooth. That's the reason why I animate pretty fast, because I don't use graph editor to fix my animation errors. My animation errors are usually fixed within keyframes already.
Well, I don't have to keyframe as much because of the graph editor. I think maybe some people use it wrong if that's what you thought that you use the graph editor for. Like essentially, with the graph editor, you can just make small adjustments to one certain bone or like multiple bones without having to keyframe, which is really nice. So that's basically how I use it. Let's make the end. Should I make the end frame 30 or frame 20? I can always shorten the animation if I have to. Okay, so... Okay. Oh, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna move this keyframe for the foot alone over a frame or two.
You know we're gonna act like we need to hear that.
Okay.
This is good.
Now let's see how that looks. Nice. So I sort of start him leaning and then his foot lunges. This is why I like the graph editor.
Yeah, the graphic is good. I've used it before in my other program. I just didn't use it as much. As
I see. Yeah, I mean, if you have a
I never had
workflow...
any purpose for it, to be honest with me.
Sure, yeah. I get what you're saying. Like, everybody has their own animation workflow, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, that's for sure. Because you animate super fast and very well, so there's definitely something to be said there.
It's just obviously how the way I animate is different from others. And definitely there's obviously a really good way to make animations even smoother or make less keyframes, obviously, like you just said.
Totally.
You know, just how anime style, or like animating style works. Mine is just how my keyframes will flow. To be honest, I just move with the flow. I don't have like any general way of animating.
Oh, really?
I just put my keyframe there and then I just keep going.
Just go for it. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's worked with me for about 8 years, almost about 8 years.
Wow.
And so I'm perfectly fine how I did it.
That's awesome, man. Okay, so I'm gonna actually copy this keyframe. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna make the animation look more powerful, like he's really reaching. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna copy this keyframe where he's reached out, and then I'm gonna use the graph editor to make this sort of bounce between the frame, and that'll really make it look more powerful. So if I hit Shift D and then I grab the points that I just duplicated, and I think I'll drag them out to maybe frame 15. This animation length can be adjusted based on how I want it to feel later. Okay, so I just noticed something with this foot. Ah, that's it. Need to hit
Let's see if I can align this.
vector.
Right.
That's better.
Yeah, this will help a lot.
So I'm going to make the Y direction of his reach much further. Or the Z direction. Not that far. Cool. So now there's this sort of bounce to the wrist as it or to the arm as it extends. And keep in mind that right now it's playing back at around 11 FPS, mostly because of my GPU load. Because I'm trying to stream to you and also take in Gen stream and also run this animation with modifiers applied to the mesh. So. Okay, I'll keep working on this off screen and let you see some of the stuff that Jenna's doing now.
I can't believe that actually fit well.
Oh wow, nice.
I definitely made these a weird way, but I can't believe it actually worked.
Yeah, that looks pretty good actually. You just add topology where you need to get those shapes. Nice.
Okay, I just gotta like align these properly. Actually, wait on a second. Just kind of mess around with this here. It's also still really low polys too.
Yeah.
It's not even around 20k yet.
This is great.
But we just gotta wait until we get to the hair.
Yeah, the hair is always the main thing. It's always like somewhere. It's like always above 2K. Like for a female, it's probably gonna be somewhere like 5 to 10K.
Who knows? I actually make hair pretty low poly. If I tried.
I would love to see it lower poly than 5K if possible, but it's not like it has to be.
It's usually all in the textures. You know, you gotta make it look good all in the textures.
Yeah. That's better.
Pretty one done with the shoes. I think so. Check. It looks weird. It kind of looks weird. Now I'm officially done with the shoes. Basically almost done with the whole entire model. Just gotta do the hair now.
Sweet.
It picks up like the arm part here. And it's been about how long since I started modeling? 3 hours ago, Jesus.
Yeah.
Thanks, Serena. Oh, fuck.
Okay, what should be the next thing I do? Guess I can give a little bit of knee shake. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Make the Y location.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta make the little buttons on the cape. Let's get a sphere. No, I'll make a cube. Now it looks really good.
Oh yeah, that looks really good. Nice, dude.
I just wonder how she'll look like when she's fully done with textures. Oh shit, no, I made her cape a little bit different.
What do you mean?
I totally forgot, because her cape kind of looks like a hoodie a bit.
Oh
Like,
shoot.
Totally forgot. That's not her cape. Her cape looks different.
I guess you could probably just add a layer
I
over
can
it.
make like a different mesh around it too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or like cut off the cape part right here, you know? Like, split it right here, and then actually model it again, model parts of it again.
Yeah, I guess so. You could just like keep the bottom the same.
Gosh, why does my academia models have to, my academia characters have to be so weird?
Yeah. It's like they're trying to be unique or something.
Do you know how to sharpen edges, like, you know, right here? Like how it does that? You know how to sharpen that?
I think that there's a context menu for it. I don't remember.
Arc sharp. Oh, that's
Oh, you can just mark sharp from the space option. Okay, nice.
Well, it doesn't really do much. I guess I'll just do that. Just put like a vertex or like a loop there. Slap it like really hard on that, so it would stay like that.
Nice.
I'll just keep like this until I figure something out.
I am going to add Z location.
I'll probably just reattach it again once I'm done mounting the thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wonder how I'm gonna model this. This is gonna be really weird. That was surprisingly easier than I thought.
Yeah, it looks good. Nice.
And the fact that it also has like a little crease right here too to make it
Yeah.
the shadows.
Yeah, it's
So it
perfect.
worked pretty well.
Nice. Well done.
I just gotta make it so it's not. Yeah, I have to make this part 3D 100%. Or I can make some parts of it 3D.
Yeah, just the top of it needs to go down, I guess.
Like, just the back part mostly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's using 5.
There you go.
No, yeah, that's using 5.
I think you're still using 5 on that one. Oh, no,
I
no.
fixed it.
Never mind.
Let's-
Yes, yes, he is really good at modeling.
where's this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull the cape in a little bit more.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Maybe you can
Not
rotate
much.
it instead.
I think that's like a really well like part where, yeah, actually, right here. That's where it is supposed to be.
Yeah, there you go.
And then gotta move this part here.
Okay. All right. All right, so I've got the sort of bounce, but it still doesn't feel like it has weight. I need to add some momentum to his chest and his head. So by doing a little bit of a rotation after he hits here. So let's see. I need to rotate on the x-axis of the bone. That'll help some.
Someone's probably watching and learning from what I'm modeling.
Probably.
Okay, now let's see if I can connect this back.
So let's make the X rotation this joint.
I can't connect it back, but I can make it one more poly up. Scale it down like that. Yeah, I can't technically connect it back, but I can leave it like this. So looks as if it's connected.
Nice. Oh, other way.
Oh yeah, so it definitely looks a lot better now on the side.
Let me see. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Very nice.
When will this game release? Who knows? I say whenever we're done with almost all the characters, and then we get the campaign or multiplayer ready up.
To answer the question, I think what you are really trying to ask is when will there be a playable demo?
Most likely, campaign, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, so as of right now, we have internal testing going on just for movement. Oh, Moosewell. That's mean. But
yes, it is me, Jin. Rico, I know that's you. Yes, it is me.
Oh shoot.
A lot of people I know is from VI chats.
Oh, I see.
It is definitely me in here. Because not all of them know I work for the game, so.
I see.
Oh, there's this one person I talked to, right? He's a fan of My Hero Academia, and he knows about the fan game, but he didn't know I worked for the fan game, and he kind of freaked out a bit.
Oh, really?
Like, you work for the fan game? Oh my god, I can't believe I messed up. I was like, okay, calm down, it's not that big.
That's funny.
It was kind of funny, not gonna lie. But
yeah.
I've never had someone like reacted like that towards me in general.
That's so funny.
It was kind of like a first time experience that someone thought it was amazing to meet someone that makes models and animations.
That's so funny.
I'm curious, do you have another game ideas, and if so, what are they? 2D, 3D, first-person shooters, etc.?
So I have some game ideas for first-person shooters, but overall, I think that's a very overkilled genre.
Yeah, too much.
Yeah, I'm not too interested in working on that. I do see a lot of potential for free roam sandbox games.
MMOs.
And MMOs, agreed.
There's not enough. Not enough good ones.
Yeah. I think games like Just Cause 4, Red Dead Redemption, Fallout, Watch Dogs. Those are all very interesting open world games. Marvel's Spider-Man. There are a lot of things to be learned from them, and I think we are really just scraping the surface on what you can do in an open world. It's a lot of work though. Obviously, the open world for this game isn't going to have as many findable goodies as something like Rockstar can create, in their games.
You know what we should do? So we should have a level system for the multiplayer, definitely.
Oh yeah, so we have plans for that. So you can
buy like different costumes for your characters and stuff.
You can buy costumes, support gear, to sort of level up and give you buffs, and every quirk is going to have its drawbacks, right? So, for example, if you get a flamethrower, I'm not saying that there's going to be flamethrowers in the game, and you go up against a water type like Tsuyu, or you go up against Todoroki with his ice, you can mitigate his ice, you can beat Tsuyu easily. If you were to get a support item like that, and then say you got a support item that increases your stamina, going up against somebody like All Might, the only way you could survive is essentially outlasting him until he runs out of stamina, because his quirk is so overwhelming. But yeah, so that's the idea.
So let's see how. Okay, definitely gonna have to make the hair now. That's the last part of all of it. Ah, man, I hate making hair.
Yeah.
Such a pain. It really is. Hair can be fun because of how it's made, how you can make one. It's just that it takes forever.
Yeah. Especially when it's multi-stranded like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, multi-stranded is kind of like different when I model hair. I actually model hair like really weird.
Oh, do you do it in a connected way, or do you do duplicates and just leave it disconnected?
No, I use it in a connected way, but the connected way can mess up UV mapping really badly. But I figured out a way to make it work.
Oh, sweet.
Because, the models I showed you that were from the phone game, right?
Yeah.
So I studied those models a lot, like a little bit too much, and so I figured out how they create their hairs and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So now let's get bring the eyes up here.
Let's see if I can get these to... Oh yeah, so how would cheats work in the game? Because someone can mod the game to cheat. Oh,
you could integrate it so you can't.
Yeah, that would be nice. Oh my god, what happened? Sorry, I just needed to fix something. Okay, yeah, to answer your question, cheats for the game. I mean, sure, people can make mods, they can do whatever they want, and likely because the most realistic way that the game is going to be implemented for multiplayer is each player hosts on their own, their own party, at least at first. There'll be servers that you go on when people hosting where they have implemented their own cheats and their universe is like really unfair. However, I am thinking about implementing a report system that basically restricts certain users from inviting people to their world. If they're a cheater.
Making a private world too.
Yeah, exactly. And I will certainly have my own world where people can come join.
Would you have like a voice system, like a voice chat?
I don't know yet.
Channel at least?
I don't know yet. I feel like all the VR chat people would love that. So perhaps. Seems like a logical thing to do.
Is it possible for in character creation mode create a quirk like Deku's quirk plus Bakugo's quirk explosive full cowl?
No. We aren't gonna do that.
You can basically only have one quirk, but you can't combine like main character quirks already.
Yeah.
So if you want a main character quirk, I say it's only one time thing.
Yep. That's right.
Unless you figure out a way to get it one for all, then go ahead. Get your luck at it.
Yep. Still not sure exactly how we're gonna implement
that
one
would be so
for all
weird.
in
What
multiplayer.
if someone gets one for all and you actually implement the feature to give one for all to someone else?
So I was thinking about that. That'd be really interesting.
Yeah, but they would give it out to everyone.
Well, I could see somebody just for like shits and giggles giving one for all out to like the top villain. Because basically there's gonna be a karma system, right? You can do either good or evil, and it'll keep track of your karma, and you'll work your way up to the top hero or the most wanted villain. So
yeah.
Imagine like the one for all
So
owner just giving it to.
You have quirks, and whatever you do depends on what you do. What you do depends on how you are. So if you do something bad, you could get closer to becoming a villain, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a good system, not gonna lie.
Okay, now I'm going to put him in his idle pose after that.
Official servers should be like, we should have like leaderboards or like some kind of like ranking system.
For sure.
But us, people who create work on the game cannot shoot that system, so no one, obviously, wouldn't want to cheat the system in general, make it fair for everyone. At least.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, definitely made the face a lot better now.
Oh yeah, that looks so much more like her.
I'm just gonna add eyebrows because she's shaved. Will there be vehicles? That'd be weird.
Vehicles?
Deku, you have Deku's quirk and you drive a vehicle and you can run fast into the vehicle. Imagine.
So there will be vehicles in the city. I am trying to think, probably not drivable. Like you won't be able to drive your own vehicles.
You have like super strength, you can pick it up and throw it at someone.
Yeah, I think that's what they're wondering. Like the Incredible Hulk game where you got to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
That'd be weird. A hero that drives a car.
Yeah.
When they have like the amount of speed to actually get to other places instantly. I don't know. How would All Might go through the city if he's running super fast?
Oh yeah. So basically, All Might is gonna be jumping.
Fucking yeet it somewhere.
Yeah. So All Might's gonna be freaking jumping around.
Yeah, it makes sense, but obviously you'll have a limit to that because in the video that you made with All Might running super fast, that's big yikes.
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah.
that Jesus.
Yeah, he's gonna have only so much stamina, and like you're only gonna be able to jump so high with him, and you're only gonna be able to run so fast.
At least higher, like pretty high to enough to a high building at least, and then you can jump building to building.
Yeah, that's the idea. Also, dashing, like I'm gonna make dashing an ability. Like you remember at the USJ where like he comes and he's not smiling and he's really angry, and then he like sort of disappears, like almost instant transmissions down to the villains and takes them all out in a single swoop. I'm basically I'm wanting to make a dash that sort of works like that. So basically, you see him charge up for the dash really quick, and then he sort of disappears from your screen. There's like some speed lines, and then
some kind of like motion blur speed line type thing.
Yeah, exactly. And then he appears at the location that you sort of aimed to for the dash.
Yeah.
That's sort of the.
That could work 100%.
Yeah. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to implement that yet. There are a few different ways I could, but let's see. So I need to change the Y location of this bone during the. Okay.
G-Force experience get out of my face. I don't even know how that thing activates, to be honest. It just activates randomly.
That's better.
Yeah, I don't know how you animate exactly. Like you make these poses and then you turn into the animation.
Yeah, pretty much.
To me, that kind of idea kind of like it's like weird to me because I've never done that before. You know.
The reason that I like making the poses first is because then you can reuse the poses for all sorts of other animations.
Yeah. Just your way is kind of like interesting to me. I'm most likely not might use it. I won't use it because of the way I animate, but it's very interesting.
Well, I'm glad that it's at least that.
Like, it helps with making animations faster instead of remaking the pose all over again.
Exactly. That's exactly my thought.
But the only reason why, me personally, why I wouldn't do that is because, you know, obviously, yeah, you can do that, but then you can also edit it to make it into the same pose, but into another pose, you know? But what if he's running and then he has to do that, or he's like at another angle, you know?
Oh yeah, so yeah, you obviously have to like edit it.
You just adjust it, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But
so then it ends up being a similar amount of work anyways, but
yeah, no matter what, it'll still be kind of the same amount of work as if you're not making the same posing.
The nice thing though about movesets for a game, oftentimes it's the same thing just at different angles. So you can like rotate one bone and then you're done.
Yeah.
A lot of the same moves are reused. Okay, here we go. That looks like a good.
I wonder how Shigaraki would fight the game. Like, obviously, you know, you could use his quirk and all, but...
Yeah, but he seems pretty weak otherwise, right?
Yeah. Like, without his quirk, he's nothing. I mean, he's pretty fast, alone, you know?
Yeah.
But him as a, like, strength-wise, pretty weak. I mean, look at his body, he's like a frail boy.
Mm-hmm.
Just his quirk makes him a little bit overpowered.
Yeah, I think basically... You basically just can't let yourself be touched by him.
Yeah.
So
if he's like chasing you, oh no, I wonder how it would work in general because he has to like touch you with all 5 fingers. How would it work in the game? Like he would instantly just grab you, or what exactly could he like have like a fighting set? Like
basically, if he grabs you, so basically his fighting set is all going to be grabs. and I think I'll do some kicks. Like basically he can swoop his leg and kick at you too. I think he's going to be a crafty fighter, sort of like the Joker in Batman is not really that strong, but he's very crafty. So I think that's going to be the only way that he can compete. And obviously, like his attacks besides his disintegration attacks aren't going to have much effect. And basically, if he grabs you, you're gonna have to find a way to get out. So it'll probably be like a button mash, like press circle as fast as you can to break his grab. And if you don't, he just keeps draining your health until you're done. And that's gonna be tough. Like for somebody who's a brawler to fight him is gonna be really hard, because if you get close enough for him to grab you, you're done. But somebody that's long range like Todoroki is gonna have a massive advantage. So
definitely.
So like you have to pick and choose your battles carefully. It's gonna be more realistic than a lot of these battle royale games that you see out there, like One's Justice, where somebody like Uraraka could beat All Might. That's just not gonna happen. You know. You have to use your quirks, strengths, and weaknesses.
You gotta see the strengths and weaknesses against an enemy, especially know their quirks.
Yeah.
I wonder how custom quirks would work too.
Yeah. Brute, we've answered this question a couple times, but to answer it one more time, we plan to release the game when we have features ready, which right now we are actually testing movement mode amongst the team members. We don't really have combat set up yet. We've been working on it a little bit, still kind of buggy. There's a lot to do there. So when we release the demo, it probably won't have much combat involved, if any at all, as of yet. But you will be able to jump around and fly around as some of your favorite characters. That could happen sometime in the next several weeks, but we've got a lot of bug testing to do amongst the team members before we can release that to the public.
Now, Rico's question: will the story be able to be playable in multiplayer?
So there will be a story for multiplayer that is different from the story for single player, but it's going to be very limited. It's not going to be a big story. It's mostly going to be about fighting villains and becoming top hero or most wanted villain. That's the goal.
Yeah, wow, that would be pretty interesting. How a campaign that also has a multiplayer and you can play with someone in a campaign.
I agree.
That'd be pretty cool.
Let's see.
Okay, so in general it's 13,000 tries. So that's pretty low.
Damn, very nice. Let me take a look. Nice.
Another plane here, and they can.
Awesome 9000. Interesting idea. I have had thoughts like that. I think, though, that if you look at the way that Shigaraki used his quirk in USJ against Aizawa, it wasn't an instant win. He got a hold of him, and the quirk started disintegrating his body, but it was a very slow process. I think more realistically...
You gotta hold someone long enough to do it.
Yep. So it's not like when he touches somebody, it's an instant win. He has to hold on to them, and what's going to happen, the mechanic that I have in mind is essentially the player who is Shigaraki and the player who is being grabbed by Shigaraki will basically have to button mash to compete and see if Shigaraki can continue holding on, or if the person's going to break free. And the health drain during that time isn't going to be super fast. So in that way, it's similar to, you know, button matching. It's similar to trying to break somebody's guard as you're hitting them, or trying to, like, if you're the defender, you're in a hit string and you're trying to mash the dodge button to get away from being hit as soon as possible.
So the game's controller or keyboard? Both.
Yep.
Oh.
That's right.
I'd say both, just because some people actually like fighter games with controller a lot more than keyboard because it's much easier.
Yep. It has support for both right now.
How many different characters are you guys gonna plan on having?
Head over to the website, look at the character audition list, and that'll answer your question. Most of the major characters you know so far are going to be in the game.
It's obviously the Class 1A. There's a lot of characters in the casting call, not gonna lie. Kind of worried about all the model creators, to be honest.
Yeah, that's why I was happy when I got everybody else. I thought this project was going to take me like 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, originally I was just going to do something with All Might and like Nomu, and that's pretty much it. And then when I got such a big team, that's when we decided to
Go big.
Yeah, go big or go home.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, yeah, you want to develop the story, and, you know, not all games have all characters, you know.
Yeah.
But since you're making it's mostly like a story game, so you have to have even the smallest detailed characters just to play out that story, because shit, it's not some kind of movie.
And if you think about it too, shoot, what was I gonna say? Now I forgot what I was gonna say. That's bad.
Feels bad.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I forget now. Oh well, that's all right. But really, I think the great thing about having a large cast of characters is that, especially in free roam, you can run around and do stuff as your favorite characters, even a villain. So I think that's pretty interesting. Like that's the concept that I find really fun. And you know, obviously the mechanic for like the way civilians react to you is going to be influenced based on whether or not you're a hero or a villain. And the sorts of side quests that you get are going to react to that. So multiplayer, that's gonna make a big difference. In the single player mode, there's I'm thinking about having some story points where you gotta play as the villain.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so basically you get to see like, okay, like you're the one that's actually making the villain do the things that they are gonna do to call the hero there, and then when like the hero gets called, you take control of the hero and have to fight the villain. That's sort of what I have in mind there, but
you know, that kind of be like kind of weird though at the same time, because you know what the villain's planning already.
In some cases you can't do that, right? Because it'll remove the element of surprise. But there are some cases where it's interesting to know what's going on behind the scenes. Like we get glimpses in the anime of
story, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Like in the anime, we get glimpses of what's going on in the Villain League, right? So
yeah, I get you, man.
Yeah, same thing. Okay.
Will you continue?
Yep.
Update the game after release?
Yes, I will.
Most likely, there's gonna be a lot of bugs, maybe.
There will definitely be bugs that people find. There is no way around that when it's such a small development team. So yeah, we'll have to continue updating, for sure. Okay. So I've got Shigaraki's animation for his lunge attack pretty much set up. And mind you, this is playing about a third of the speed that it will in the game because of frame rate restrictions when I have modifiers applied to the mesh and all of these other things my GPU is doing.
Will multiplayer be free roam, or like One's Justice? Free roam.
That's right.
Because we don't want to copy One's Justice. Definitely gonna get taken down if we do.
Okay. But also because I think it's better to have a free roam game.
Make it more interesting.
100%.
Unique game that actually has free roam.
Let me see.
I think it'd be super fun if while you roam the city with quests and stuff, you would get references to American comics like Bootleg Spider-Man or Batman Custom, maybe even a parody of NPC or a boss fight. I don't know about... Who knows? Definitely not the Spider-Man or Batman comics thing, but boss fights definitely would sound very fun for heroes. Like, sometimes randomly, there would be, like, a giant boss, people will, like, get notified about it. Like, boss fight happening in around XX times minutes, you know?
Yeah, I actually like that idea a lot. That's something that I have
like,
considered.
some kind of, like, waves or something. Like, the League of Villains are coming to protect the city or something like that, you know?
Yep.
That sounds very interesting. Like, you're gonna fight a bunch of Nomus and stuff. Nomus are pretty hard to fight. Not gonna lie. Obviously, the game in general will have more than just one Nomu, not that fucking powerful one.
Uh-huh.
I wonder how the Nomu with the chainsaws and stuff, you know, the one that morphs his bodies into, like, weapons.
Yeah, that one I'm not so sure on.
It would be so weird, because I don't think we can possibly do that. I mean, I think we could find a way to, like, kind of do it, like, different separate meshes into one whole, rig, you know?
Yeah.
Will there be certain types of side quests like driving all the way to the store to buy ramen noodles, or like quests where you interact with characters from minor vigilantes? Ooh.
So there will be some side quests with, particularly with some of the custom characters that won the custom character creation competition.
Dude, some people actually know about the vigilante stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the vigilantes. I love the vigilantes. I don't know enough about them, and I'm not sure that we're gonna have time to really incorporate them. I'll think about it. We'll see. It might end up being like a DLC, but as of right now, we're just focusing on our own custom storyline, and we have a lot of our own characters outside of the main cast already that we're working on. So trying to do something like include the vigilantes as well. I don't know why I keep saying vigilantes, but yeah. That's a lot of work. But in terms of side quests, we definitely have some planned. Just sort of like slice of life side quests. But it's not going to be happening all the time. I think one of the most interesting things that you'll see is civilian requests and like civilian little side quests, sort of like in the like Marvel Spider-Man on the PS4. You know, maybe a petty theft steals somebody's purse, and you can chase them down and return the purse. Maybe somebody's cat stuck in a tree, you know, something like that. That'd be an easy job for Uraraka, you know. But yeah, just little things like that. One that I would find interesting is the so I want to have factions of villains, like just petty thefts.
Oh, people can like make their own little factions if they want to.
So in multiplayer mode, yes, I think that would be interesting. But what I'm talking about is single player mode. To have like factions of villains that you can sort of you can get rid of them by doing good hero work and finding their boss and taking the boss down, and then that faction of villains is no longer operating in the city. I think that's a very interesting sideline that doesn't necessarily contribute to the main story, but it kind of gives you your own satisfaction. You can do your own detective work and track them down. And I'm thinking, you know, about making a system where factions of villains can team up with each other, but that's also a lot of work in and of itself. Okay, that's good. So NLA editor. Yep, that is one good-looking lunge attack. I think I might as well bring Shigaraki into Unreal Engine now. Oh, it's 5:30. Okay, I've got to run actually, but let me see. Is there a way that I can mute myself and let you keep doing your thing?
I mean, I can run the stream on my computer as well.
That's true. You could run it. Do you have OBS?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. You can set that up.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe if people still want to watch, I don't know.
I'm sure that they would be interesting, or they'd be interested in seeing.
Who knows?
This sounds fun. The image of All Might screaming, "The noodles are here!" and the waiting group is just so funny. That's great. The noodles are here, young Midoriya! The noodles are here! But like really, because he'd probably be Small Might at that time and be like,
yeah.
The noodles are here. Oh my god. Okay. I will let you go ahead and finish streaming then, if you want to start your own stream. I guess I can send you the logo to overlay on the
Oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows?
Okay.
I'll still be working on the model, but
Yeah.
I probably won't stream.
Okay, yeah, you can just send some updates to the game updates chat if you want to.
If they just need any questions from me, they can just always ask me in the Discord too.
Yeah. If you guys have questions, feel free to post them in the Discord, or post them on the follow-up comments once this is processed and posted in our video history. But thanks for coming. It was actually a lot of fun doing this. This stream turned into a 4-hour thing really fast before we knew it. But
Yeah.
I think we've made a lot of really good progress. Like, look at that Nana Shimura. That is really coming along. Really excited to animate her and put her in the game.
I'm very excited to animate her too.
Yeah, dude. But by the way, Jen, I will send you all of the files for Nomu and All Might, and
yeah, I'll get to work on that when I have time.
Yeah.
When I'm done with Nana and stuff like that.
So you can do some animation. What I would say would be a good idea for that is create a separate blend file where you can where you can put all of them in like one scene. But did you see how I did that? I just literally, I highlighted all of the bones in the character and the character mesh parts that I wanted, and just press Control C, it copies it to the buffer, then you can Control V it into any other Blender window. So,
yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright guys, thanks for stopping in, plus Ultra my friends, and we'll see you in the next one.